Hi Circuit Riders, welcome back. We are here at our dealership outside of Westchester, Pennsylvania, picking up our rig. It's been here all during Thanksgiving. We had a wonderful time with my family in Lancaster, and now we're ready to go. A few days later than planned. We were supposed to pick up this rig on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. It is now the Wednesday after Thanksgiving. We were waiting for a part to come in. It never came in. It was just a minor little thing that wasn't necessary, so we said, listen, we gotta go. So we're picking up our rig. We are heading to North Carolina today for the next few weeks. Thanks for coming along. Well, we made it. It was about an 8-hour drive, and we are setting up in the dark, but that's okay because we've been doing this for so long now that we know what we're doing. And it was a nice, easy pull-through site. They left our package out, at the after hours. We got our site number, pulled in. Now we're setting up. No problem.
Pretty straightforward.
Just taking a stroll around our Twin Lakes campground here. This is a Thousand Trails Encore Park, so we can stay here for a max of 2 weeks, and we'll be here for about, 11 or 12 days. And this is a gorgeous park. There's lots of water, little lakes and ponds, and it's pretty large too. More water, and then there's a little canal system. Now we are on an inlet. What do they call it? Like the tide. We're on the tidewater of the North Carolina coast.
You can,
so
you can get to the ocean from here,
we
even though we're
get to the
a
ocean.
bit far inland. It's all on the waterway.
Yep, I'll show you on the map right here. And it's 57 degrees right now, which not Florida temperatures.
It's gonna get warmer,
but still better than Pennsylvania.
and way better than New England and northern Maine.
We're happy to be back in the sunshine.
Plenty of snow in northern Maine already.
Now, one thing that I did here in North Carolina, I went out this morning to the dentist. I had a crown that fell off a couple of weeks ago in Pennsylvania, and I didn't have time to book any appointment there. I didn't know if I'd need to get a new crown, stick around somewhere for a couple of weeks. And then I thought, well, maybe I could wait till I get to Florida. Well, Florida was several weeks away, and what I found researching online is that dental work in Florida is one of the more expensive states in the country, which really surprised me because a lot of times you can get medical services for cheaper in Florida. So when I found that out, I thought, well, what about North Carolina? We'll be there for a couple of weeks, and North Carolina dental prices were cheaper than Florida. So I went into the dentist this morning. Luckily, I didn't have to get a new crown. They were just able to pop my old crown back in there, and I was on my way. So just got me thinking about medical services and healthcare on the road. It can be tricky because you're always in a new place and you're finding new doctors, but the healthcare industry nowadays is so easy to kind of drop into doctors' offices. Sometimes doctors will want to see you for an initial visit, and then you got to come back for a follow-up. But with urgent care centers and, same day things, I don't know, we've just found it very easy to get the care that we need on the road. I have a vet appointment scheduled for Ella once we get to Florida. Like I said, I did the dentist in North Carolina. Jason and I have a procedure that we need to schedule, and we've been working with our insurance company to find a cheap provider for it, and we're actually going to have that done in Phoenix in February. So we're just kind of hopping around the country, and our main doctor is up in northern Maine where we have our camp. And she has been very willing to work with us, being on the road, being remote, calling prescriptions into us all over the country. So she's been really great to work with that way. So just an encouragement for you, if you're thinking about being a full-time RVer and you're wondering, how's all this healthcare going to work? That's been our experience. Now, we have a health insurance plan that caters to full-time RVers. I got it through a site called rvinsurancebenefits.com. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And they have been great to work with. They found a plan for us that works for us. And that's what we do. We're both self-employed, so we have self-pay insurance. We don't have insurance through our jobs. And that's what we're doing. So just a little update for you there on health insurance. We've been up in Pennsylvania, Lancaster area for the past week and a half and staying with family in their house. My parents are in a retirement community, like apartment building, and it was lovely to be inside in a real house again and, endless hot water and all that stuff. But we did comment that it was odd for us not to be in the middle of nature. And we realized that we were just kind of sitting inside in the warm house, rarely going outside. And especially in my parents' retirement community, you don't have to go outside of the building. It's a big network of indoor hallways, and you can go to the dining room without going outside at all. And so we didn't feel the cold. We didn't feel the, the leaves and the trees and the weather. And we commented that was one thing that we really love about RVing, is that even when sometimes it's chilly or you have to deal with your amenities, we don't want your water to freeze and all that stuff, you are right in the middle of nature all the time. And it's just so beautiful to be able to walk out of our door and walk in our RV park or neighborhood and just be right in the nature.
Hey, what y'all doing? How you doing? It's good to see y'all. Yeah, good to see you. Yes, sir.
Good morning. Well, while Jason is away on another trip, he's traveling a lot this fall. I am coming down to the little town of Washington, North Carolina. That's 10 minutes from the campground. They're having a little Christmas festival down at their harbor market today, so we're going to check it out. 68 degrees here, December 2nd. I'll take it. Lovely little downtown, and there's still some roses blooming here in December, and they've got a beautiful waterfront down here along the tidewater that comes in from the Atlantic Ocean. It comes way into North Carolina, and great waterfront here. I was watching some YouTube videos the other night of different RVers that I subscribe to. I probably have half a dozen that I watch regularly, and I commented to Jason that it's so amazing how wildly different people's experiences are being full-time RVers. There are some people who are, they're camped out in Quartzsite, Arizona for the winter. They're watching outdoor movies in the desert with their friends. There's some people who are on their way back from their summer trip to Alaska. They're driving down the Alcan Highway. There's people who are at rallies or sports events just around the country. I'm here in this little town in North Carolina, so I was just struck by how many different experiences you can have as a full-time RVer. Very cool. So I've been learning that this area here of the Tidewater is called the Inner Banks. Now, you've probably heard of the Outer Banks of North Carolina. It's a very famous touristy area. But when you come into the state from the Outer Banks, it's called the Inner Banks. So that was a new term for me. About 25 minutes towards the coast from Washington, North Carolina is the little historic village of Bath, North Carolina. It's right on the Pamlico River, and it looks like it has an interesting history. This is the first town in North Carolina, settled in 1705, and also the home of Blackbeard the Pirate. Blackbeard lived very briefly in Bath in 1718, the same year that he was captured and killed by nearby forces. Well, thanks for coming along with me to North Carolina this week. I'm actually heading out to pick up Jason at the airport, and in a few more days, we are going to start heading to Florida. So we will see you there next time, and until then, I hope you have a great week. Thanks, bye guys.